All right, I'm out here in Orlando, Florida. This tree fell down and, well, they cut it down in somebody's yard, but they had some bees up in the tree, and I'm about to cut them out right now. It's not a huge hive, but they look like they're healthy. Let's see if we can get a better view of them. Nothing major, shouldn't be any surprises. I just have to get some of these branches out of my way and put the ladder up there and get my hive near me up on another ladder, and probably vacuum some of them up and find the queen, put her in a clip, and then reunite all the vacuum cleaner bees into the hive and let them orient to the hive at nightfall and bring them home. That's the plan. All right. So now that I'm suited up and whatnot, let's get a closer view of them before I start cutting on them. They seem to be fairly nice. You know, open air bees like this in the trees usually have a reputation for being a little bit hotter. You know, even possibly Africanized. But I haven't started cutting into them yet. They're a little bit curious of me, but they're not trying to kill me or anything yet. So I'm suited up just in case, of course. And I have the queen clip here, ready to go. And I'm gonna start cutting out and putting the comb on my top bars. See the hardware cloth that I stab onto? And it should probably only fill up at the most a third of this hive, the comb I see here, even if that. And then, you know, I thought about vacuuming them at first, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut them out without vacuuming at first. I don't know, it's just, I'm not in that big of a hurry, so I'm just gonna take my time and be gentle with them and avoid as much death and destruction as possible. Although my vacuum cleaner, I have it adjusted to where it's probably not gonna kill any of them, but I just don't wanna deal with it right now. So let's get going with this. So I've cut pretty much all the comb out of this tree that's, you know, except for a few small pieces of comb, and this is just miscellaneous stuff I'm gonna clean up in a little bit, or throw away. But I saw the queen crawl into the hive when I shook some bees off a comb, and I haven't spotted her yet, but I'm assuming she's gonna stay in there, because you can see these bees are kind of coming down out of the tree and orienting to the hive. So at first, I was wondering if I should smoke them and honeybee gone them out of the tree. And I was wondering if the queen even flew back up to the tree, but I don't think that's the case, because I think they're not as thick up in the tree. It's just a few stragglers hanging on. Well, a little bit more than a few, but it's not nearly as many as it was. And as you can see, they're coming down. They're going down toward the hive. They're kind of marching, and as a matter of fact, it'd be hard to turn this hive that way with the ladder, but they're headed towards my hive. They smell the queen in here, I believe, and I have my clip handy, and I already looked through my hive on the comb to see if I could see her, but I have not seen her yet. But I'm not going to panic about it. There's no need to. I'm sure all is well right now. So I'm not in any huge hurry to where I have to smoke them or honeybee gone them into my hive yet. I may have to do that, but I have some time, and I have to wait till nightfall anyway. Yeah, look at that. They're kind of marching to my hive. I just need to make it to where the hive is a little bit more accessible, if possible. I'll even move it closer. So yeah, it's kind of a march down to here. They just don't know exactly where it is yet, but they'll figure it out. Look at that, they're running down here. That's funny. Yep, they're marching right there to where that branch hits the hive, and then they're going over and above, up and above. So, yeah, I don't think the queen's up here anymore. I was wondering if, like I said, she flew back out of the hive and made her way back up here, but I really don't think so. Because there's becoming a lot less population up here and a lot more population down there. So anyway, let me put this camera down and help them into the hive as much as I possibly can without bothering the process too much. All right, so there's a few stragglers left, even less now, and just because I'm smoking them off this branch. And after I smoke most of these bees off of here, I'm going to then spray Honeybee Gone on the branch. So, general rule of thumb is you smoke first and then you Honeybee Gone after that. That's because you really don't want to douse a bunch of bees with that Honeybee Gone smell, and then they try to go back into the hive and the other bees are repulsed by that smell. Plus, Honeybee Gone's more expensive than smoke. A lot more expensive, but that doesn't mean it's a bad deal, you know, Honeybee Gone. I'm just saying it's just more expensive than smoke. Smoke is free. So as you can see, the tree is pretty much clean of bees. That comb right there isn't of any consequence, of course. This whole tree is coming down fully in tomorrow, actually. So if I leave that amount of comb, it's not any big deal, just as long as all the bees are off of this tree. All right, now I need to spray Honeybee Gone on the tree without getting it all over the beehive. So I need to have them going off of the tree into my hive. And I'm being real careful, trying not to spray any on my hive. But there's a crevice up here. A lot of them were trying to run to. No more bees on the tree whatsoever after I smoke them and Honeybee Gone them. There's a few curious ones flying around it, but that's about it. They really don't want to land because of that strong Honeybee Gone smell. So they're all orienting to my hive I have up here on a ladder. There goes the ice cream man. God, that sounds good right now, but I don't want any fake ice cream. So now it's just a waiting game for another almost hour until all these bees orient into this hive fully at nightfall. Of course, they're going to be flying around here like this and while it's daylight, so that's why I like to do my removals in the evening and try to do it all in one day and take them home. But it doesn't always work out that way. You know, sometimes there'll be a lot of bees crawling around on the ground, and it just, you know, sometimes chaos happens for whatever reason. And you can't get them all in the hive adequately before nightfall, and you have to come back the next day. But this is an hour away from me in Orlando, and I especially want to get them gone tonight. And so does the customer, because he's got to take this tree down tomorrow fully. All right. So it's nightfall, and as you can see, the bees are cooperating very well tonight. I just have a couple of them I have to shove down in there. But no bees left up in the tree. That comb right there is not of any consequence. That's just residual comb that's gonna... This whole tree is coming down tomorrow. The customer wanted all of these bees gone by tomorrow, which, as you can see, is the case, so they can deal with this tree. So I cut out all the comb, put it in my hive, saw the queen run in there. The last few stragglers that were up here, as you saw earlier, I smoked them, and then I used Honeybee gone to where they do not want to go back. And I need to get this light off this hive so I won't rile them up. I need to close them up, not rile them up right now. So anyway, I'm just showing everyone that this removal went well. The bees are cooperating, and I'll bring them home tonight safe and sound. Another batch of bees saved here in Orlando, Florida. Alright, there's the queen. She's actually laying. I don't know if you saw that. Her tail end was in one of the cells. So, I saw her go into the hive yesterday, and she stayed put without a queen clip. Didn't even need to release her. Look at her. Look at that queen. So I'll probably bolster them with a little bit of honey from another hive, and they look like they're going to be okay. Very, very nice batch of bees. But that doesn't always translate into a good thing. Sometimes they're not defensive enough and can't defend against pests, but we'll see how they do. They look like they're healthy right now. All right. There she is. Let me put them back and quit disturbing her.